Hey guys, it's the craft cabinet, and today I'm going to show you how to make a squishy of the craft cabinet. And here's my little clay craft cabinet guy. And this is another squishy I made of Windy Wedding Cake in Season 3. Don't forget to watch that video. So let's get started. And the things you're going to need are scissors, a lot of acrylic paint, brown acrylic paint, red acrylic paint, white acrylic paint, black acrylic paint, purple acrylic paint, blue acrylic paint, silver acrylic paint, pink acrylic paint, and yellow acrylic paint. Puffy paint, a sponge, which is what I used to make this one out of 2, a toothpick, a Sharpie, and Mod Podge. And make sure you have something to cover your surface with so you don't get anything on it. So I'm going to start by taking the sponge and the Sharpie. And I'm going to mark about the shape that I want it. And I want it about this size, so I'm going to take her to kind of measure how I want it. And make it bigger than you actually want it so that you can trim it down, because you can always make it smaller, you just can't make it bigger. And now I cut it out. And now it's cut out, but it's kind of a funny shape and kind of like curved and stuff on the edges. And I don't think I want this on here either. So I'm going to take my scissors again and just kind of clean up the edges. Okay, so I trimmed it down to the shape I like, and it's all smooth and everything now. So I'm going to go ahead and put the puffy paint on it now. The puffy paint takes 4 hours to dry, so I might be doing a part 2 of this, because I have to wait for it to dry. Yeah. So let's start putting the puffy paint on it. Now the only color I have is white, so I'm gonna paint it afterwards. Got to cover this whole thing. So there's one side. Turn around and do the next side. Ah! Oh no! Fell over. An easier way to paint it is to take the sponge and the toothpick and stick one end of the toothpick into the sponge, and then stick the other end of the toothpick in the bottom of the squishy. And then keep going. There we go, just like that. Now I'm going to do the back. I have now done all of it but the front. So I'm going to let it dry for a little bit, not the full 4 hours because that's just too long, too crazy long. But I'm going to let it dry for just a little bit and then I'll come back and do the front. And I didn't do the bottom either, actually. Hey guys, I'm back. Now, I let it dry for a little bit, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the front of it. And make sure you get, like, up here, like in between the top and the sides. This. Okay, so now I put most of the puffy paint on it. There's just a little bit I need to do still at the bottom. But I'm going to have to let it dry pretty much completely now, so I might have to go ahead and do part 2 on this, because after 4 hours, the camera I'm using will just say the video's done. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, I'm back. I let it dry overnight, and here's what it looks like now. It's completely covered with puffy paint. So now I'm going to paint it brown, because the only color of puffy paint I had was white. And I got the puffy paint at Michael's. Take my paintbrush. And I'm going to use this brown acrylic paint. There's one side. Now I'm going to do the other side here. Okay, so I did the first layer all over it, but I'm going to do a second layer now. This is going to be the front of it. And I'm not really brushing it on, I'm just kind of like tapping it on, I guess. Would that be the word you use? I don't know. Okay, so there's that side. I'm going to turn it around and do this side. That. Now I'll just do the other side of it. Okay, so I put all of the brown paint on, and this is after 6 layers of paint. And it's already dry and everything. So now I'm going to start on the next color I need to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the silver that's right along here and along here. Just need a little bit. I'm gonna use my small paintbrush this time. A little bit on my paintbrush. Side where I need it. Okay, so like right around here. Go. Now I'm going to go all the way around with this line. There you go, just like that. Okay, so I put about 4 layers of the silver paint on. And now that it's dry, I'm going to work on the little paint splats everywhere. I'm going to start with the blue up here. I'm still going to use acrylic paint for all of them. First, I'm just going to do the outline of it. That. I don't think you can really see it too well, though. So now I'm going to fill it in. And this paint is a little bit thicker, so I'm only doing one layer. Okay, so now I'm going to do the little red dot right there. I'm just going to take my toothpick for this one. Get a little teeny bit on there. Put it right where I want it. Just like that. So now I'm going to also do the little red dot right next to the middle line here. Right about here. Like that. Now I'm going to do the line that's going straight down the middle here. Take my brown again. I'm going to use my toothpick here. Get a good bit on the end. Too much. And drag it straight down the middle. Just like this. Sorry about that, guys. The camera fell over. But now I'm going to do the little teeny tiny purple dot right next to the red dot we just put on a little bit ago. Like that. So now I'm going to mix a little bit of purple and a little bit of pink together to make this color right here, that dot, right there. But first, since I now have pink on my paintbrush, I'm going to do the pink dot right next to its eye. But we didn't do the eyes yet, so I'm just going to guess about right there. That. Okay, so now I'm going to put the purpley pinky dot on here. It's right here. Just like that. Now I'm going to do the yellow splatter of paint up here. So I'm going to take my toothpick again. Put it right up here. like that. Okay, so now I'm going to do the eyes on it. Again, I'm using black acrylic paint. And my toothpick. Make the circle part of the eyes. There's one. There we go. There's two. And while it dries, I'm going to do the eyelashes. Get some more black on my toothpick and put them right on there. There we go. There's on one eye. Okay, so now that the black part is dry, I'm going to use some white acrylic paint and put the white in the eyes. Like that. And now the other side. And now let it dry. And while it dries, I'm going to put the mouth on with using red acrylic paint. Okay guys, now that that's dry, I'm going to put the last little dot in the eyes. One here, and one here. That one a little bit bigger maybe. There we go. And now let that dry. Okay, so now the paint's all dry, and there's one more thing to do on it. I'm going to seal it with the Mod Podge sealer, and then we'll be all done. Okay guys, so I put the Mod Podge on, and here it is, the Craft Cabinet Squishy. And now let's give it a good first squeeze. Squish. Oh no! The mouth! I'll fix that right up. Okay, so here it is. Again, I fixed it. And I don't want to squeeze it right now because the Mod Podge is still drying. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comments. Bye!